Welcome to our property here in Peninsula, Ohio. I wanted to take you on a backlot tour of what's going on during the construction phases. We're getting towards the end of it right now, so I want you guys to see just a couple of things that are going on. The one thing that you always have to be sure of with these properties is you wear your mud boots pretty much year round. Even when it's dry, it's still muddy. So one of the things that's pretty crazy is that when you're going through the process, you're picking out literally everything with a custom home. And that's one of the things that I feel like we've learned so much in this process is like how to narrow down what you actually really want and what is more practical and useful. And you know, this lighting, what we ended up doing was there's two can lights up top. So you have the can lighting, and then we also have a can right here on the porch. And then we have just our two front coaches. So you always have that overhead light. You always have the cans for like just the functional light, but then you also have the decor with the two coaches. So I know it sounds like it's something that wouldn't really even like make a difference, but this was one of the hardest things I think we had to decide on, you know, walking through the property as we were making these decisions. Welcome to our someday soon to be dream home. So these are our kitchen cabinet drawers that are going to be installed hopefully in the next couple of days. I just wanted to kind of show you guys throughout, and you guys will see the progress as we're obviously finishing up this build. Just take a look around and let me know what you think. It's really hard to draw a house from scratch and try to figure out what is a space really going to feel like. And I remember the first time that we walked through, once it was actually all up and we had the walls in place and everything, it was like, oh my gosh, okay, it feels good. Like, you don't really know until you're actually in it what that's gonna feel like. So that was a nice relief. But, you know, there's some things that are really helpful, you know, just kind of walking through and just trying to feel the space as you're doing it. And then that's gonna kind of help even once it comes down to talking with your architect and figuring out how you're laying out your kitchen. That was something that we really relied on him to help us with that, because he designs houses all the time. And he gave us really great suggestions on how to make the best use of the space. So one of the things up here that we decided to do kind of at the last second when going through the whole process of our design is we added this second floor playroom, guest room, bonus room space. I want you guys to kind of see this because this is something that I tell people all the time now that you should think about this. This space would not have been here at all if we didn't put this in. We're gonna have the cathedral ceilings in our great room. And the one thing with doing cathedral ceilings, you lose that space on the second floor. And we just decided that it wasn't really worth it for us. We raised our ceilings in the great room to 11 feet just for a standard ceiling. And that's why you have the steps coming up in here. But now we have this whole space and it didn't really add much to the cost because the square footage is already here. The walls were here, we had to change the roof line, things like that. But that was also something that our architect told us, you know, was a suggestion to be able to get the most space out of what we were trying to do as far as where the walls actually were. So kind of cool. So remember that cathedral ceiling that I was telling you about that we decided to take out of our first floor? What we did to compromise on that was we added it into our owner's suite bedroom. So when you walk in here, all of a sudden it opens up and you have the really tall cathedral ceilings. We're gonna have some beams up there, which was really what we really wanted on the first floor. So we get to enjoy the cathedral ceiling, you know, for ourselves, but we still got to add that feature somewhere in here, which was really nice. And it's actually not a huge bedroom, but with the taller ceilings, it feels so much bigger than what it actually is. Our owner's suite bathroom in here, we wanted to have the kind of private space for your toilet, your commode, without having the full, you know, room for that. So what we decided to do is the toilet's going over here and a full-size linen closet next to it. So it kind of gives you the privacy and the feel of that. We are doing a 2 shower head stand-up shower right here, a standalone tub right here. And again, you just have the privacy of the window. So hopefully neighbors can't see too far in. I think we're good. So I want to show you guys this. This is, I think, one of my favorite things about our house. And this was my, like, I have to have this. If you're going to build a house, just think about it. Second floor laundry. So come and take a look at this. And it sounds so crazy, but think about, okay, you've got all of your laundry upstairs on the second floor, and then you're always taking it down to the first floor or the basement. This is our second floor laundry room, and it's not massive, but this is the perfect size for us. This was one of those things with our architect who was like, if you want this, you're gonna lose the space elsewhere, so let's figure out how we can get creative with those other spaces to make sure we keep this here. And this was one of those things that I was not willing to give up, you know, and we made all the other space kind of work around it. And I don't think I'm gonna regret it. I will let you know in a few months when we move in, but super excited about this space right here. We're gonna have a little sink. This is a linen closet right here for just all of your big linens. And then obviously this will be where our washer and dryer go. So again, just like things to think about if you're ever even considering building in the future, start to kind of make a list of the things that you wanna have in your house, write them down, and you have that log of things that you can kind of start to talk about when you do this process. So one of the things that we knew when we were putting together the design of this house and the layout is we didn't want it to feel boxy. And that was something we told our architect. And as soon as he put things together, it was like all these different angles and things were like, yes, that's exactly what we wanted. So this is one of the really cool features, I feel like at least, that we did. So this is Cooper's room slash one of the bedrooms. And this is what's really cool is when you walk through here, I'll show you. So this is the closet. He has his own vanity right here. And then this is the shared Jack and Jill area. And so that's gonna be the toilet right here, a little linen closet right here, and then they have a shared bathtub right here. You know, it basically shares this space, but then they also have another private vanity closet right here. What's really cool is then it walks into this bedroom, which is at the end of the hallway. They have to share the tub, but still pretty cool feature. Something that you wouldn't think about, you know, in the way that he was able to lay it all out. We just let him do his thing, and we were both just like, that's amazing. This is exactly what we wanted. So this is my future office space. We're gonna kind of build our own desk to be able to fit in this space really well, but this was kind of cool. So we had a closet here, and this right here was actually going to be a walkthrough for the full bathroom. So I'm gonna show you around here and show you what I'm talking about. So the full bath on the first floor, it was gonna be just a powder room. We turned it into a first floor full bath, and behind this door was an opening. So it was actually gonna walk through from my office into this bathroom. So what we ended up doing is we kept the actual skeleton, if you will, for that pass-through. So it's still there, the door header is still there on the other side, and they drywalled over it, and we turned this into a pretty good sized deep closet, which for me was way more functional than just having that pass-through. So this was just something else that we decided to do, you know, kind of at the last minute, but I'm glad, because now if we ever wanna open this back up again, turn this into a bedroom, we can do that. So again, it's there if we want it, but we don't have to for a while, So one of the other spaces that we knew we wanted to kind of add in, Andy does not necessarily need a huge sprawling office like what I feel like I do for working. And so we basically added in, we call it an office net. So we added a space over here for Andy to have his office space, the private space that he wants, off the kitchen, kind of off the main traffic area. And you'll see it's kind of got like a built-in desk over there as well. But this is gonna be a great space for him to be able to just kind of land and be there for, when he wants to work from home. And one of the things that you can't see yet that's gonna be a really cool feature is we're gonna have a bookcase door. So it's gonna be like a hidden door. That was like, you heard me talk about the second floor laundry being my, like, I have to have this. That was Andy. He was like, I need a hidden room. So when you're trying to figure out where to put it, this was the perfect space for it. We'll see how long we go before Cooper realizes that this is an actual room that he can go into and he can open the door up. Again, nice because you can close it off and it will still look nice and have kind of that bookcase feel for your dining room. So one of the spaces I know for a fact that Andy would say is his space he is most excited for is this porch right here. So when we originally started designing our house, we knew for a fact we wanted to have a porch with this, cathedral ceiling and the beams and all of that, and the property itself is just perfect for it. So I know this is what we're both super excited about, just to be able to be and be still and be quiet and just be in nature, and have that as a part of your house. So we're definitely excited about this, but wanted to kind of show you guys.